From miniature gummy bears to miniature frog gummies, we finally got our hand on the Haribo Make It Mini set. This kit has over 30 pieces, and it is one of the newest iterations of the Miniverse Make It Mini series, but this time Haribo edition. Now, many of you may know Haribo as just this brand of gummies that is absolutely international. I've seen it in Japan, I've seen it in the UK, I've seen it in Canada and in the US, and I'm pretty sure y'all have it in Germany too. Let me know which part of the country or which part of the world you're in, and if you've seen this brand before. Now, I'm really curious about this kit because this cost me $55. It ain't cheap. But I know the last time we did Haribo, many of you grains loved it because it was the Real Littles collab. So today we're going to find out whether or not this set is actually a good set and if it's actually worth your money. It is probably one of the most expensive of the Miniverses, so I'm curious why. And if we look at the back of the box, some of the projects include just making cute gummy frogs on cookies. Same thing for the cherries. It looks like we get gummy cherries on cookies. But more elaborate projects include a whole cake stuffed with gummy bears, whether it's on the inside or the outside. I don't know how that texture is going to be personally. I'm not sure I want gummies on my cake. And popsicles with twin snake gummies. And so obviously today I want to at least try all 4 of these main projects. First things first, let's admire the packaging and how absolutely beautifully holographic part of this packaging bottom part is. Actually the top part too. It do be shining. It do be. So let's go ahead and see exactly what we get inside. Okay, there is only one messy way to get this out. So put it down. Okay, now I think we can actually just pull this back tab. Please, please, please. Okay, we lost one wrapper, but that's okay. We'll put it right there. Very nice. Let me take things out one at a time. I'm just sitting here, I'm like, where do I go? I'm kind of overwhelmed right now. Can someone help me and do it for me? All right, starting off with the exciting bits, we have the resin, which come in the shape of the little gummies. Hang on, let me put them in order before I get yelled at. There. You go. I don't like being yelled at in the comments. Y'all do it anyways. So here's what they look like. For some reason, the gummy bears kind of look hairy. I don't know why. I know it's supposed to be texture on their chest, but it just looks like fur. So clearly I'm going to guess that the color of the bottle is the color of the resin. And for some reason, the blue just doesn't want to stand. Oh, okay. You be wonky. It's definitely, definitely. Okay, you know what? You go do your thing over there. I know this might be exciting for many of you grains, but we get little packages. Oh my goodness. So we have little baggies of the gummy bears. So this is what it looks like. Original since 1922. And here's what the back looks like. Let's get a little closer. So we have orange flavor, we have strawberry, lemon, pineapple, and raspberry. 100% feel goodness, pack of glee, and total smiles. This is adorable. Oh, and it's a resealable bag. So this part here is sticky. I quite like that. And then we have the Haribo frogs. I used to call them Haribo until I got yelled at in the comments again, where y'all saying, stop saying Haribo, it's Haribo. I'm like, okay, I am teachable. I shall say it the right way. And let's get a little closer. It says, kids and grown-ups love it. So, the happy world of Haribo. I don't know why it didn't make sense in my brain. It says perfectly peach flavor. We have 100% ribbit, hop and leap fun, and total bounce. That's really cute that they're actually different. So the back of the packaging is different. That is cute. And then we have the pack of twin snakes. And if we get closer, it says sweet and one side sour. It says I'm sweet, I'm sour. And in the back, we have all the different flavors: cherry, apple, berry, orange, lemon, and black currant. And the guide here says twin-tastic, unique snakeness, and double fun. Again, Love the tiny details that they are different. All right, now we're getting even more exciting because now we have the miniature molds. So here we have the tiny gummy bears. Let's go ahead and open it. We're gonna pull this out, and this is just a sheet to show you how tiny these are. So we have a mold that shows, hang on, that's 3 times 5. So that's 15 mini gummy bears that you can make at once. I'm really excited to try this. My advice, you know what, I'll get to advice later. Well, let's just first look at things. Look at it. And Dane, oh gosh, that does not look right. These are snakes. These are snakes. These are snakes. Don't look this way. These are snakes. This mold is snakes. So we have these ones here. Oh, I'm gonna be sent straight to... Focus. Focus. So it looks like we can do 2 separate colors because this is what it says we should do. And these ones are absolutely adorable. We have the little Haribo frogs, and frogs should only be green, I'm guessing. It's unfortunate we don't have white because usually, correct me if I'm wrong, Kitty Editor, let's get that gummy frog on screen. Usually the frog top is green and the bottom, the belly, is white. Maybe there is white resin somewhere, but we haven't seen it yet. So I'm gonna double check later on. So this is what it looks like, and it seems like we can make 10 pieces at a time. Last but not least, in the molds, we have the cherries. Let's get this going. And I'm pretty sure, no, actually the cherries don't have white on them. Let's get that cherry gummy on the screen, Kitty Editor. I'm pretty sure it's not white on one side. And here's what it looks like. And we can do 7 of them at a time. Voila. And I do see 2 more jars over here. Let's pull them out. And this one is lemon lime soda fizz. Okay, interesting. It says 100% bubbly. I'm guessing maybe for the popsicles. And then this one is vanilla, but it is a resin. So I feel like we probably can get away with making a white belly, but we're gonna see. There are no instructions. Wait, there are instructions. On the bottom here. Oh wait, there's another baggie I missed. This one's for the cherries. Okay, and let's see the back. It says tangy notes, play funness, and fun shapes. So I did miss a baggie. Okay, we found it. And the instructions are gonna be in here. There we go. These are just instructions about resin. We don't need that, I am a professional. Here are all the instructions. That is quite a bit that you can do here. Double-sided. And then we have cookies. So we have a tray that is gummy shaped. I'm not gonna take these out, but we can definitely see that the cookies are beautifully textured and they're really tiny. So this is my thumbnail. You could see this. Super tiny, super cute. We're gonna take them out once we start making the projects. And over here we have a cake tray with a fake cake, kind of just to kind of be a placeholder. And then here we actually have a full cake with a little hole. Hang on, let's open this. Oh my goodness, so that we can stuff all the tiny gummies on the inside. That's kind of cute. Oh, she flexible. Okay. Oh, that's probably why we need the vanilla cream. Okay, probably for the icing for the cake. Okay, and these are kind of just extra cookies, and we do have an extra slice of cake. Interesting. But we also have this little silicone bowl, which I'm sure are going to show up in the instructions, and it's going to make it easy to put our resin in there and cure things on the inside. We also have a cute little Haribo bowl. Well, it's a plate, but everything is branded. That's probably why this set is really expensive. And then we have other trays like the frog plate and the cherry plate. And then we have stuff for the popsicle, which, okay, there's the mold. I was wondering where the mold was. And it seems to be right here, which I'm really excited to try out because we don't even just have to do snake ones. We could do different kinds. And then a little bit of everywhere, we have things like mixing cups and also silicone, little forks and spatulas and scoopy thingies. And then all the way at the bottom, we have all the nozzles for the resins and also little pairs of tongs. So we are getting quite a bit of things, but again, I still feel like $55 is quite steep. We're mostly paying it for the licensing and the mini molds, which is basically the whole kit. All right, before we even read the instructions, I'm gonna go ahead and dip. I'm gonna go ahead and calmly put the resin inside a warm bath. That's just going to make sure that the resin is warm and easy to be poured. We don't want to get water in the resin, okay? We just want to keep it nice and warm, which is going to make it liquidy and easy for tiny molds. Just don't drop it. So here are the instructions with different kinds of projects. We have the gummy popsicles, gummy cake, both the cherry and frog cookies, and that's it. That's basically all four. But it's quite the process. So let's go ahead and start with the most famous of the gummies, the gummy bears. And for some reason, the instructions are like, yeah, make 4 red and 4 orange and of the different colors. I think they are on crackers. We are not gonna do that. We're going to do one whole sweep, at least half of it of one color and then the other half of other color. That way we're gonna have more, okay? It's okay to do more colors, but I ain't gonna painstakingly try and get 4 at a time of each color. And we're just gonna remove some of that water, actually all of that water from our resin. Voila. And we're gonna go ahead and add the nozzles on every single color. Now, for now, I just want the other rest of the resin to sit in their warm bath, so I'm only going to do 2 at a time. Okay, so this is going to get a little tricky. We're gonna put a little drop. It takes 2 drops per bear. So this is what we're gonna do. 1, 2, and we're just gonna keep doing that until we get all of the bears. Well, not all of them, but at least half of them in red. Now, normally this is okay to be put in sunlight, but it's pretty inconsistent with our sunlight here in Canada because rain and snow and all of that stuff happens very unpredictably. So I am using my UV light, which is basically mimicking the same frequency we need to harden it. So we're gonna let this sit for approximately 5 minutes.
A few moments later.
All right, now let's see how these are going to unmold. They are so tiny. Let's pop out a red one. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is so cute. Holy shrimp. Oh, that is so tiny and cute. Okay, let's check out a blue one. Let's pop that right out. As you can see, this is all in real time, so you can see how easy it is to take out. These are so cute. We have some air pockets on the paws, so you'll just have to make sure to swirl it in there to get all the little paws. So this is what it looks like. That is cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the process with every other color until we have basically the entire set of red, blue, green, yellow, and orange. Now that we have our bowl of mini, oh my goodness, they look absolutely adorable. Mini gummy bears. Gummy bears. Look how adorable they are. All right, now we're gonna take our little baggie. We're gonna open it up. Ooh, why are you torn? Don't tell me this is gonna tear easy. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Yeah, it's definitely torn over here. So we're gonna take our little bowl and we're gonna dunk it in. There's not a technique, you just gotta do it. Oh my goodness. You see, that's why you were supposed to do a lot, because that hasn't even filled up the entire baggie. Look at that. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and close it up. And it should seal perfectly. Ta-da! Oh, yes. That is so tiny. These are absolutely adorable. I feel like we should probably do all of them. Well, we will do all of them. Let's first check the cake project with this one. Oh, Salty Crafter, you really don't look happy about having a long day of work and then thinking of questions like, do I have food in my fridge? Do I need to go shopping? What should I even make for dinner? Ah, too many options. Well, fret no more, because I'd like to talk about today's sponsor, Factor, whom I've been using way before they became a sponsor to this channel, because I love them. For those of you who don't know Factor, they deliver chef-crafted meals, dietitian-approved, never frozen, delicious meals straight to your door. And they are ready in as little as 2 minutes. Let's make something. First, the green beans, which I really do love. The addition of the almonds in there. Mashed potatoes. Okay, that is creamy and very garlicky. I really love this one. Okay, I did not expect this beef to be so soft, but it just cut through like butter. Smells like barbecue. It tastes straight out of a charcoal grill. And as someone like me with chronic conditions, being able to rely on Factor to make sure that I get the nutrition that I need is really a game changer. I do my best whenever possible to go on walks and to venture out when I can. And there is no better time than ever now to check out Factor because, get ready for this, they are doubling the size of their menu to 80. Yes, you heard 80 rotating meals. That's 2 times the amount of seafood options they serve, such as salmon and shrimp, at no additional costs. Twice the amount of high protein meals, including beef fillet, meatballs, and turkey. And me good, now you can actually customize your meal. So if you prefer one protein over the other, you can now change it in your meal for free. And now you can enjoy more nutritious and balanced meal options tailored to a wider variety of health goals, such as GLP-1 supports, higher protein, and they've unlocked gluten-free, free from low-quality seed oils, no refined sugars, and no ultra-processed foods. And I can't say enough how much the meals are absolutely delicious. I'm pretty picky when it comes to flavors because I need them, and they've now expanded their global cuisine. So more Asian and Mediterranean dishes. That's 30 plus options. By far, one of my favorite meals thus far is the one you just saw me eat because that steak is tender, melt in your mouth, which was an absolute joy to eat. So what are you waiting for? Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use the code NERDYCRAFTER FB50 to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Yes, you heard. Use the code NERDYCRAFTER FB50 at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free breakfast for 1 year. And conveniently for you, of course, there is a QR code right here. A huge thank you to Factor for sponsoring a portion of today's video and being my absolute favorite go-to meals. All right, now we have the cake project. So for this one, we're going to need our cream. And here's our cream. What do you look like? Are you gonna be thick? Oh, we don't know yet. Oh, she thick. This ain't moving. It's like a Dairy Queen swirly. Just so you have an idea, this is how thick it is. So it's definitely very goopy. So we're gonna leave this here. And this is the cake where we're going to be hiding our little gummies on the inside. But before we do that, instructions are saying basically to decorate the outside and put the gummy bears around it first, and then the top later. So I'm guessing I'm gonna just kind of do this. I don't know how goopy it's supposed to be. It's kind of translucent though. Let's check the box. Got it. Oh wow, that is a layer. So if we look at the box here, it shows that it is absolutely white. I don't know if we're going to get that kind of color from here, but okay, all right. I don't think that's doable. Not with that attitude. Okay, let's get extra gloopy here. Okay, we're gonna do this like so. So here's what it looks like. And I'm gonna take a few of my gummies. I just have to remember this is the side up. Now we're gonna shove the gummies like so. So just to avoid any kind of issues, oh, hang on. There we go. I'm going to harden them as I go. So that way it's easy for me to tell what has hardened and what has not hardened. So we're gonna do this. We'll see if it works.
A few moments later.
And the answer is yes, it worked. So now what I'm going to do is just take the scoopy frosting and put it in different segments all the way around, a little bit at a time, put the gummies, harden it, and so on and so forth until the whole thing is done. And of course we can't forget the slice of cake, so I went ahead and did that one as well. Once they were done, I decided to go ahead and do the top. Basically it's the same thing. We put in the cream and we put in the gummies. And here is our cake looking so decked out with gummies. Not sure I would eat this. Again, I don't like the texture of gummies with cake. Maybe I'm wrong, you let me know in the comments. And the slice is looking super adorable, so not mad about that. Technically it would fit here, but what? Okay, now that bothers me. It's not even a perfect fit. That bothers me a little bit. Just a little. And now for the finishing touch, we gotta stuff some gummies in there. Good thing I made as many as I did because I'm almost running out. So we'll shove that in here like so. I'm gonna go put the tongs. There we go. Now, something I didn't notice about this cake thing is that first of all, it's got little bear ears, which is cute. And then secondly, the stand is a gummy bear. So that is a cute little detail. We're gonna go ahead, put this here, and then have a couple of leaking gummy bears coming right out. Come on. Come on. Okay, we got 2 blues. That's okay. And of course, we're gonna have our cake slice on a little plate. And here's what it looks like all finished. This is probably one of the weirdest cakes ever, but I have to say, this has kept me busy so far for approximately an hour. So is it giving playability? Yes, it is. But you definitely need a well-ventilated area because the resin, it has toxic fumes. So definitely not for little ones, even though it says it. Just reminding y'all, I've been saying that since the beginning. Now let's go ahead and check out the popsicle snake gummies. And for this one, we're going to have to make our own purple color. So for that, basically it tells us we have to take our blue and our red in equal parts and we go mix it up. So let's see how well that actually works. So we have our little cup here and let's go ahead. I hope we have enough gummies. I hope we have enough resin. Okay, so we're gonna put this much red and the same amount of blue. Voila. And now we go mixy. So we're just gonna stir it and hope that we actually do get a purple. So it's just, we're gonna get a lot of air pockets is what we're getting. So the good news is it's kind of looking purple. It's a little hard to see, but it is quite looking purple. The bad news is lots of air pockets, so that's not going to work for us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put all the other colors into the gummy molds first. And the combinations are basically yellow, green, blue, red, purple, orange. So we're gonna make these other colors. I feel like having maximum 2 of each should be more than enough, or maybe even heck, 1 of each by the time the actual purple settles down in the bubbles. Actually, I gave in and went ahead and did 2 of each because I'm like, what if I messed one of the sets up or there's too many air pockets? I got nervous. I got a little nervous, okay? All right, let's put these to harden. And now basically what we have to do is take our soda one, so this one that we haven't used yet, and we're going to fill the popsicle molds about 3/4 of the way up. And now we're going to be adding our little gummies, but let's unmold them first. So let's see how these are going to unmold. I am a little worried about the color muddying, but they look pretty good. So let's start with our purple yellow, and oh my goodness, they look really cute. There's obviously some contamination, but I feel like that's expected with gummies. The colors will intermingle. And then we have our green and yellow. Yes, looking super cute. And then probably my favorite combination is the blue and red. Let's pull these out. And here is a close-up. They look really good. So far, these molds are not disappointing. And so now we have to insert the gummy snakes. Now, are they facing up or down? Oh, apparently the instructions say it don't matter. They could be looking up, they could be looking down. It's whatever you want. So I think 1 of each should be pretty cool. So let's put our purple and orange through here, and then blue and red through here. Voila. I'm gonna use the little stick that they gave us. Why? Stay down, stay down, stay down. There you go. And now for the other side, we're gonna put our green and yellow and our red and blue. Just because I feel like the other colors are just going to look too similar, so we're gonna push that in. Voila. There we go. I mean, we could technically fit more. Let's just go ahead and fit more. Let's just do it. Let's go crazy. Let's go absolutely bonkers here. And we're gonna do it this way. There. Yeah, we're going crazy, Grains. No one can stop us right now. Oh my goodness. There we go. That's actually looking good. Allegedly, at this point, we can take any of the gummy resins. So we can take the green and fill the top over here. So it's gonna give us a little bit of a gradient. Like so, and a little bit of the blue, and fill up the top like so. And we should be able to put our popsicle sticks. Do we even have space? We got this. Oh gosh. I think we got this. This is a little wonky. There you go. There. This is so interesting. This is so bizarre, but so interesting. And now we should be able to harden the whole thing. I'm going to give it a sideways harden just because we have more surface this way. And we'll come back in 5 minutes.
A few minutes later.
All right, so it has been sitting here for about 7 minutes. Let's hope that the unmolding process is straightforward and easy. All right, so we have top part out. So far, so good. Oh gosh, let's wiggle this. I'm so worried. How do I get you out? Okay, so far it looks like it has hardened. Let me push from the bottom. I think it's working. Push, 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 push. Oh, that is cute. I can't really see the snakes though, but it is pretty colorful. And it has indeed hardened. You just can't tell that there's snakes on the inside. So that's the only downside, is they kind of just get muddy in there. Let's get the other one out. And yeah, same thing. They just look like colorful noodle strands. But here they are on the stand that came with the kit. It is absolutely hardened. It is absolutely adorable. I love it. It's cute. But I just don't see the gummies in there, unfortunately, and I'm not sure if there is a remedy for it. Now it's time for the easier projects, which are going to be the cookies, and we're gonna start with the cherries. For this one, we're going to take our green and red, and I'm a little worried here, so I'm just gonna dab at the top. I technically only need 2 of them, because we're only gonna make 2 cookies, and we're gonna put this like this. Okay, that's looking good. I don't know why I'm always impressed when I do things right. It's a rare occasion. And I'm gonna space them out just a little bit. We're gonna put green. Why is there an air pocket? There we go. Green, air pocket. Very nice. And we have our air pocket. Voila. Oh my goodness. Cute. And if our air pocket here is too big, we're just gonna take the tool and pop it right off. All right, let's harden you up. Voila.
5 minutes later.
Now we should be okay to unmold it. And oh my goodness, they are so tiny, so cute. That is absolutely adorable. And let's check out the other one. Make sure we have no air pockets. And yes, again, super cute. There is a tiny air pocket, but it's not dramatic. It's adding patina. And things start getting remixing interesting here, because what we're supposed to do is make our own frosting. Just gonna move everything here. And what we have to do is take some of that cream that we initially used for the cake. So we're gonna take a healthy dollop right here. And then we're going to take some of the red resin, put it in here. It doesn't give us exact measurements, but they say, hey, take these 2, mixy, and you're gonna get some pink frosting. And heck, look at that. That absolutely works beautifully. Look at that. Good for you, Miniverse. Good for you. All right, we're gonna take some of our frosting and we're gonna put it right on top of our cookie. This looks so scrumptious. Absolutely delicious. Look at that. And now we're gonna put a strawberry right on top. Okay, stop. That is cute. That is way too cute. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and harden it. And I'm gonna do the other one, of course, so we have 2.
A few minutes later.
I don't know if you're ready for this. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and stop it. Oh my god. Look at these tiny cookies. Let's get really close here. Even though I personally wouldn't eat cookies with gummies, I don't know, I don't want gummies on anything. I just want gummies on their own. Maybe chocolate covered gummies. Those are good. Those are quite the experience. But these cookies just look so cute. And yes, they have hardened, so it's not sticky. It's nothing gross, but it's cute. If you want to see cute, wait until you see the next project. Because this is where we make frog cookies on water. Okay, the cookies look like water and the frogs are just kind of hanging out there. But first we need to make the frogs. Now, the first step is actually pretty straightforward. We're taking the green resin and we're putting it into the mold. I'm gonna go ahead and make a few frogs, not just 2. I'm gonna make maybe half the mold. And then we're going to harden these. Now, we're not supposed to put it all the way up, but I don't know how to gauge that because it's really tiny. And then we're actually going to make the white underbelly. And for that, we're using the exact same technique that we made the frosting, except this time we're using a little bit of the frosting and a little bit of that soda. We're mixing those up and then we're putting them again on top of the frogs. Once that's done, we're going to harden the entire thing. So let's see what that's going to look like once we unmold it. All right, so it's been hardening for approximately 8 minutes. That should be more than enough time. I have to say that the mixture of the cream with the soda was it was too translucent. So I decided to go ahead with a little bit more of the pure cream. So it's not exactly the most ideal. I feel like a white resin would have been better. Let's pop it right out, and oh my goodness, this actually looks cute. So I would recommend going purely with the white cream as opposed to diluted because it was too translucent. This looks so cute. It's so small. You have no idea how tiny it is. I am zooming in with all the power of my camera at this time. Let's unmold another one. And here's what it looks like. Oh my goodness. It's so small, but it's so cute too. I do love the white belly though. Okay, let's go ahead and make the cookie. And for that, we're essentially taking the cream. Since I already had a little bit of that cream in here, I'm just gonna add a tad more because I do love the height of the cream on the cookies. It just makes it look way more frosting-esque, actually a little bit more real. And we're gonna squeeze some of that blue on there. And now we're gonna mixy mixy. This is a little too pale for me. I'm gonna add a little bit more because I want that water to be just a little darker. Super cute. All right, we're gonna put it in between our tongs and we're gonna frost it nice and thick. Absolutely adorable. We're gonna take a froggy and plop it right on top. Oh my goodness, we don't want it to sink. Don't sink. I got you, froggy. And we're gonna light it up. Voila, we got this. And of course, for your visual pleasure, I'm taking another cookie and I'm gonna frost it with some of that blue again. And we're gonna take a little froggy and we're gonna put it right on top. And of course, we don't want it to sink, so we're gonna light that up too. And let's go ahead and see our cookies. But before we do that, just a reminder, everything in here is made out of silicone. So even if you have resin in here, it's super easy to just pop it out after it has hardened. So you could just clean it up by hardening it, and there you go. And here are our cookies with the frog gummies. These are so cute, super adorable. And I think they deserve to be on our tray, like I saw, with the cherries. Oh, that is cute. That is absolutely adorable. These projects are really cute. Here's everything that we did in the set, which is basically every single project and every single gummy. You can of course remix, add some kind of gummies into the popsicles, or maybe even add the gummies onto the cookies. The possibilities are endless however we want. You can even make a cake with all the gummies mixed in there, so it's not just the gummy bears. If you want to watch more unboxings of miniature foods, make sure you check up here. If you want to catch something different, make sure you check down here. Until then, I will see you greens in the next video.